What if the successful lawyer you married, the one everyone saw as a family man, hired a hitman to shoot you dead in the head?
Right in front of your own little boys, just to stop you from exposing his secret criminal empire. That's the ice-cold betrayal behind shot dead in front of her children. The lawyer husband's chilling plot, nailed by the thumbnail, betrayed by the man he loved. Because nothing crushes trust faster than a husband turning protector into executioner to bury his greed-fueled lies.
1992 suburban Atlanta. Fred Tokars, an ambitious lawyer building a lucrative practice after prosecuting criminals.
Sara, a devoted mother pouring everything into her sons Ricky and Mike, the picture-perfect family in East Cobb.
But Sara uncovers the truth, an affair with a stripper client and a locked office hiding money laundering for drug dealers, and she threatens divorce and exposure.
November 29, 1992. Fred away, gunman waiting inside forces Sara and the boys into the car, shoots her point blank with the kids watching, dumps the body roadside. How does the random carjacking story collapse into proof the mastermind was the man who swore to love her? Stay locked as we tear through the twists, facade shattering, secrets exploding, hired killer confessing, and the money trail that destroyed everything. 1992 East Cobb, Georgia, Fred Tokars powers ahead. Accountant turned lawyer through night school, former prosecutor taking down criminals, now private practice exploding with tax work, divorces, and criminal defense for clients like nightclub owners and drug dealers. Money rolling in as he chases success hard. Sara, the beautiful publicist who fell for Fred's bad guy catcher, image, quits her career after sons Ricky and Mike arrive, devotes everything to the boys, warm and loving, the stay-at-home mom always there with compassion, her world revolving around them 110%. Community sees the dream family. Affluent home, two adorable kids, Fred the driven provider, Sara the supportive wife holding it steady, the kind of life everyone envies in a safe suburb where violence feels impossible. But inside, distance builds fast, Fred buried in late nights at home, barely connecting with the boys, excuses mounting as Sara tells family and friends the marriage is straining, him growing cold and inattentive. Control tightens on money. Fred doles out just $400 a month for all household bills with two young children, Sara juggling late payments, extensions, scheduling meetings to beg for extra cash, no credit cards, no independence allowed. He locks his home office door, claims he doesn't want files disturbed, but Sara confides to her sister the fights escalate, Fred's personality shifting after leaving the DA's office into something demanding. With allegations he turns physical when arguments explode. How does that suffocating grip and fear finally drive Sara to hire a private investigator, uncovering secrets that threaten to blow the entire life apart? Because as the isolation deepens into desperation, one shattering discovery turns a crumbling marriage into a countdown straight to murder. Late 1992, Sara hits breaking point with Fred's distance, locked office, and tight money grip turning fights scary as she confides abuse to her sister, hiding bruises while protecting the boys from the tension. She acts fast, hires a private investigator to tail Fred, needing proof on the late nights and excuses tearing their marriage apart. The pie strikes gold quick, Fred deep in a double life, partying at Atlanta nightclubs, locked in an ongoing affair with a stripper who's also one of his clients, their relationship sexual, paid in more than legal fees. Sara explodes, demands divorce, tells family Fred threatens hard. "I'm a lawyer, I know every judge, you'll get nothing, I'll take the kids," using power to trap her in fear of losing custody and everything. But Sara pushes back stronger, sneaks into the forbidden home office when he's gone, digs through files hunting leverage, and uncovers explosive proof, documents detailing offshore accounts, partial ownership in nightclubs fronting cocaine money laundering for drug dealer clients. Fred not just defending criminals, but masterminding how they hide millions. She copies it all, hand-sealed packets to her sister with ice-cold words. "If anything happens to me, give these to the police," knowing exposure in divorce would destroy Fred's career, empire, freedom. How does Sara holding that deadly leverage, proof of a sophisticated criminal web, force Fred from threats into recruiting an accomplice and hiring a gunman to silence her before she brings it all down? Because as the hidden documents wait and divorce pressure mounts, one panicked decision sets a hitman waiting inside their home, launching the night that shatters the family forever. November 29, 1992, Sara and the boys pull into the driveway after Thanksgiving weekend. stepping inside their East Cobb home like any normal holiday return. But a gunman waits hidden in the dark, bursts out as they enter, weapon drawn, forcing Sara and the terrified boys Ricky and Mike straight back into the Jeep at gunpoint. He orders Sara to drive just a short distance down the quiet road, makes her stop, then fires one shot point-blank into her head, blood spraying as the boys scream in the back seat, witnessing their mother's execution up close. Gunman dumps her body on the roadside, leaves the kids physically unharmed but shattered inside the car, vanishes into the night, scene discovered fast, Sara slumped dead with a massive head wound, police swarming as the boys describe in shock a bad man with a gun who was already waiting inside the house. Fred gets the call on his business trip, rushes home devastated, community stunned in a safe suburb where murders feel impossible, especially to a loving mom gunned down with her children forced to watch. Early theory screams random carjacking, no forced entry at home, purse and jewelry untouched, but the boys' accounts shatter it quick. Attacker inside waiting, no robbery, targeted hit on a night Fred was conveniently away. How does the random crime, illusion collapse under no break-in signs, and the kids' chilling details, twisting suspicion toward enemies who knew the family's every move? Because as police chase wrong leads from Fred's shady clients and past grudges, hidden truths start surfacing, pointing straight to the one person whose secrets Sara threatened to destroy. Police dive hard, no forced entry, purse and jewelry untouched, the boys' accounts clear. Fred plays devastated husband perfectly, rushes home grief-stricken, community rallying as whispers point to enemies from his prosecutor days or shady defense clients seeking revenge. Investigators chase heavy. Past prosecuted cases, angry dropped clients, drug dealers furious over refused money, hundreds from Fred's violent world of offenders and nightclub ties. Sara's private investigator steps forward. She'd hired him months earlier suspecting cheating. Tale uncovers ongoing affair with a stripper client. Confronted, Fred admits brief fling, claims reconciliation, but police pressure the mistress. She spills deeper ties to unseemly clients. Then Sara's sister comes forward. The hidden packets Sara gave her, copied office docs proving offshore accounts, nightclub fronts laundering cocaine millions for dealers like Curtis Rower. How does Sara's secret evidence flip the entire case, exposing Fred's criminal empire and the desperate motive to silence her before she brought it all crashing down? One anonymous tip finally drags the real hitman into the light, cracking open confessions that point straight to the mastermind pulling every string. Wrong leads die fast. Cocaine addict Curtis Rower bragging around town about killing Sara Tokars for cash and drugs. Police haul him in. Curtis turns himself in, confesses immediately. Waited inside the house that November night, forced Sara and the screaming boys Ricky and Mike into the Jeep at gunpoint, drove a short distance, shot her point blank in the head, $5,000 and cocaine payoff to stage a burglary gone wrong. But Curtis drops the real bomb. Hired by Eddie Lawrence, Fred's construction partner drowning in debt after borrowing big from Fred, losing company control, grudge burning hot. Investigators flip Eddie fast, death penalty off the table, witness protection for the full truth. He breaks wide. Fred orchestrated it all. Panicked Sara's copied documents would expose offshore accounts and nightclub fronts laundering millions for dealers like Rower, ruin him in divorce, destroy career, land him in prison. Fred recruited desperate Eddie, $25,000 to get rid of her, make it clean while he was away on business. Eddie hired cheap addict Curtis, $5,000 and drugs, thinking the perfect random hit. How does this confession chain, hitman to accomplice to grieving husband, deliver ironclad proof? Fred planned his wife's execution to bury a greed-built empire Sara threatened to destroy. Because as deals lock in and the tangled web unravels, justice slams down on all three, turning the perfect murder into convictions that shatter the facade forever. Curtis Rower life without parole for pulling the trigger in front of screaming boys Ricky and Mike. Eddie Lawrence cuts the deal, testifies against Fred, drops death penalty threat, lands minimum 12 years plus witness protection. Fred fights to the end, claims innocence, devastated husband act on full blast. But prosecutors unleash Sara's hidden packets, offshore accounts, nightclub fronts laundering millions for drug dealers like Rower, motive crystal clear. Silence her before divorce exposed everything, took the kids, house, freedom. Jury sees through it fast, convicts on murder, racketeering, money laundering, 5 consecutive life sentences, no parole ever. Fred dies in prison decades later, still protesting. The boys grow up fatherless, one later saying, "He hasn't been my father for a long time." No forgiveness for making them watch mom slaughtered over greed. Family rages. Sara, casualty of a shark who loved money more than life, manipulator turning love into lethal control. Justice slams shut, but the betrayal scars forever. Sara got the last word, her copied documents surviving to bury the monster she married. Because secrets this deadly never stay buried when truth fights back. In perfect suburbs, behind respected facades, how many more empires are hiding plots that end with a gunshot no child should see? Justice hits like a hammer. Curtis Rower rotting for life after firing the shot that ended Sara while her boys screamed in the Jeep. Eddie Lawrence walks years later under protection for flipping the truth. Father unmasked as the monster who paid $25,000 to silence her secrets and protect his laundering empire. Sara's family honors her courage, casualty of a shark who loved money more than life. Her hidden documents the weapon that survived to expose offshore accounts. Nightclub fronts hiding millions for drug dealers. East Cobb never forgot, affluent suburb shaken by how a respected lawyer fell into joining the criminals he once prosecuted. Greed twisting vows into a hired hit that destroyed everything. Sara got the last devastating word, her packets cracking the facade, proving even silenced, truth fights back. Because secrets this deadly never stay buried forever. In perfect suburbs, behind respected facades and family photos, how many more empires are hiding plots that end with a gunshot no child should see? Now think about it. Eddie walked after flipping. But the boys lost both parents in one night, growing up with that trauma no courtroom fixed. Was justice truly served when the kids paid the heaviest price? Or did greed win by scarring them for life? Did Sara's hidden packets and courage deliver the real victory, exposing the monster even after he silenced her? Or does the fact Fred died still claiming innocence leave a bitter taste that some betrayals never fully close? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What shocked you most? The kids witnessing the shot, Fred's empire panic, or Sara getting the last word with her evidence? Let us know if you think justice was served, or if the scars on Ricky and Mike mean greed still won something. And if this chilling betrayal, the husband who turned love into a hired hit, kept you hooked till the end, smash that subscribe button right now for more stories where perfect facades crack and truth fights back. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next one, because these real betrayals are waiting, and we'll uncover them together. Thanks for watching. See you in the next case.